Hello, I'm Steve Wyckoff, and I'm here with Jerry Butler today. Say hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
Actually, Jerry, while we're here, we've had a lot of questions about a project we're working on, the Coalition for Career and Technical Courses.
Okay.
And you happened to overhear our conversation. You said, well,
Yeah.
what is that? And I thought, let's capture that
Yeah.
so people that really don't understand the project can get the answers to the questions that you had. So fire away, and I'll tell you about the program.
Yeah, I've caught a wind of it, and it sounds kind of interesting. And it came up. Some of the tech folks I work with had mentioned it, and it's kind of embarrassing because I couldn't really explain. I'd heard of it. So what exactly is the purpose, or what's the goal of the project?
Yeah, the goal is actually to create an online repository for all of the virtual career and technical courses offered by colleges in Kansas.
Oh, wow.
Made available for, well, we say high school students, but it's actually anybody can take those courses. In fact, one of the questions I got the other day, I was in Austin, Texas, speaking to a large group, and they said, can people outside of Kansas take these courses? Absolutely.
It's virtual.
Absolutely,
Why not?
it's virtual.
So if I'm a high school student and I'm heading down a career path or some such, I can talk to my high school counselor, but they may only know what my local community college or technical school has. So this is like a compendium of all the virtual offerings in the state.
Yes, and in fact, we're going to launch January 1st officially. Actually, if you go to the website right now, kscareers.org, that's all real data. Those are real classes. Right now, Hutchinson Community College, Butler Community College, their stuff is on and categorized. We have 3 more schools, Cali Community College, Cali College, Flint Hills Technical College, and one more that slips me right now. that actually their data's in, but because it's not categorized, it's not showing up yet. But by categorized, I mean you will be able to search by career cluster and career pathway. Now,
interesting.
for adults, that may not mean a lot. It's just kind of by area of interest. For our kids in school that have gone through the Kansas Career Pipeline or some other assessment that says, you know, you have a natural inclination to.
Then they're going to, maybe it helps them focus down that
Absolutely,
path.
yeah.
But if I'm just, I've been laid off from my job, and I, as many people have, realized that in order to get another job, I may need some further technical training. So I could hit this website, and I'm interested in a technical field, and healthcare or
any
welding, manufacturing, what have you, then I can kind of browse through this thing and say, oh my gosh, so-and-so has a course that would help my career.
Yeah,
is that correct?
That's exactly right.
Now, so it's used as a link then to connect the individual with that college?
Yes, when a student or an individual could find a class, say, geez, I wonder what, I'd like to enroll in this class. Click. And then there will be instructions that say, this is how you apply to the institution to be admitted. Here's where you go to register for the class.
Okay, and that's going to be different depending on the
institution. It'll go to what we want to do is create that link so it goes right to the right person.
Sure. Oh, right.
To really make that as easy as possible.
Which may be different depending on the course or something, I suppose.
Now, because they're all virtual, when you go to a college, you're going to go through the same channel, even if it's in a different department.
And then they'll funnel it to the right department.
They get it to the right department.
So if I was a high school counselor and our technical offerings were limited,
which they are in all schools.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter who you are, because even the big schools can't have all those specialties.
That's right. That's exactly right.
They may be strong in some areas, but so I can go in there and kind of browse through or direct my students to go in and look around and explore and then sign up even for. Is it organized in a fashion that I can say, well, so-and-so college, I can get this class for $190. I'm making numbers up. And does it have pricing information, or it's just...
You can't sort by price, but there will be pricing information there.
On there.
So you can say, how much a credit hour does this cost?
Oh, sure.
This class. Now, and then all the local community colleges, or most of the local community colleges, excuse me, they have some incentive for local students, so that will be listed also.
Sure. So if I'm a Reno County resident, then Hutchinson Community College might have I would get a discount or some sort of
Actually, at Hutchinson Community College, for those students, they get a discount on tuition. And if they enroll in Hutchinson Community College the next year, they're credited that amount towards their expenses.
As a high school student.
Yeah.
So if I've already completed high school, though, I can still use.
You can still go on. Any citizen can use it. In fact, we want to encourage everyone. Just as a point of reference, you mentioned Hutchinson Community College. I think that they told me that they have students taking virtual courses. I believe it's from 42 states. Right now. Yeah,
well,
mind-blowing, huh?
You mentioned that up front, and really that's kind of the beauty part of this is if, you know, I don't like the offerings that I can find in my local area, then I can go to another community college, take a virtual class anywhere here in the state, and then if I lived in Oklahoma or Vermont, for that matter, I can get on there, and because it is virtual, I can take the course, and it may beat what I have available to me locally, or offer me something that I can't get locally. So
and that's more likely what I can't get locally. All of our community colleges do a great job. I've been really impressed with the effort they make for quality. They're doing some cool stuff. But they don't always offer everything that's available.
Yeah, and you just really can't. So this gives a kid, it could be an adult. But it gives the user an ability to select from a wide catalog of stuff. And it's great to have one-stop shopping. Instead of having to pick up the phone or visit the website of all these. Heck, there's
they're all organized differently. So if you find it on one website, you go to the next college and they're organized differently.
Dig for it.
25 two-year schools in Kansas. Plus we have Fort Hays State already is involved with us.
And they're really big in virtual ed. I just realized though, I could name off 3 or 4 community colleges, and I'm a lifelong resident, but I'm not sure I wouldn't even know where to look for some of these. So I can hit this site and go, oh my gosh, I'm interested in this field, and boom, 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 there they all are.
And there you go.
And I'm right to it, and finding the information and enrolling and making some big money.
and you know, it's been interesting too, because even in some areas that you wouldn't think, manufacturing. Well, what can you do online? Well, you can do blueprint reading. You can do the OSHA regulation classes. There are things that
safety and that kind of
that students can do online, even in areas that are very much hands-on.
Well, I'm sure there's technical element. I mean, all jobs now, they have a pretty highly technical element. I mean, there's not too many jobs that just don't require some kind of technical skill.
Absolutely.
And that kind of thing lends itself pretty well to virtual learning. You know,
it does.
There's the mathematics and the compliance issues and procedural issues. And so a lot of it could, or maybe I can get a good portion of it done online and then focus, you know, okay, I may have to travel, but not now. Instead of traveling for a whole semester, I go to one class and get my lab.
Or go for a semester, not for 4.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty cool too. It gives me a lot more flexibility to design my learning, and a lot of these folks might be non-traditional. So, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a good overview. Why don't we come back later and do some specific areas, questions by like high school counselor, high school principal, high school student, adult, and we'll answer some of those questions.
Yeah, that was a good overview. I'm really interested. That sounds awesome.
Hey, thanks for joining us.